What's up everyone, Soldier First Class here. In today's mission, we're here to discuss the new Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer that we got at the Video Game Awards and why it's Square's love letter to the fans. There's a little bit of information to go over, so stay tuned soldiers, it's time for our next mission. So after watching the new trailer a few times and calming myself down, I decided to analyze the trailer a little more. I want to talk about what I got from it and why not only the trailer, but the remake as a whole is a love letter to the fans. So first I'm going to talk about the hidden messages they were sending us in some of the dialogue of the new trailer. Even since the announcement of the remake in 2015, the words they've chosen for certain parts of the trailers have been more than just dialogue. They've contained messages that relate not only to the development of the game, but also how we feel as the fans. In the new trailer, when Wedge and Cloud are talking, Wedge states, "Come on, nobody'd do something this crazy just for money." To me, this is a direct reference to the remake project as a whole. We all know this game series is a massive undertaking, and the developers are aware of that as well. It's what some would call a crazy endeavor. Remaking one of the greatest games of all time and trying to do it justice is one of the reasons they waited so long to do it in the first place. But there's also something else to it. One of the main things I've seen from the community is a lot of people think the remake's format is nothing but a cash grab. They're setting out to prove that this project is not just a cash grab, and with every trailer and interview they're doing just that. They're proving to us that they're remaking this game in the image they wanted to in 1997 but couldn't. Then there's a line where Cloud and Tifa are talking and she says, "You weren't thinking of leaving Midgar anytime soon, were you?" To which Cloud replies, "A long time ago, I made a promise." I think this is not only a reference to the entire game being inside Midgar, but also the promise Square Enix made us 4 years ago in the announcement trailer. In that trailer at E3 2015, the narrator stated, "At last the promise has been made." I think in this scene, Cloud is Square Enix and the fanbase is Tifa. Square Enix made us a promise to remake Final Fantasy VII, and after 4 long years, they're about to keep that promise. Then there's a moment at the end where Tifa states, "I'm really glad to have you back, Cloud. Really glad." Not only is this a remark towards their childhood friendship, but I think again, we're Tifa in this scenario. We've wanted this remake for so many years that now that we have it within reach, we're happy to see our favorite characters again. These scenes and lines give this trailer so much more meaning than just showing off the game. It's all the little details that really stand out for me. When Cloud and Tifa are talking, there's a part where she starts to do her victory stretch from the original game. It's little things like this that are making these characters come alive and shows that the original game is still very much present. So there was one other thing that was a hidden message, and it's got some major foreshadowing. Right before the end of the trailer, there's a few different moments that pop up. These were rapid fire, so if you didn't pay close attention, you might not have noticed this one. They show Aerith in her Wall Market dress, then flash to Sephiroth, and then show Aerith's flowers hitting the ground. So I'm probably looking too deeply into this one, but let's drop down the rabbit hole for a minute. We know for a fact that Part 2 is being worked on, but we don't know how far that game will go once we get outside of Midgar. Did Nomura and the team just drop us a clue? Will it end with the fateful scene? Now this could just be a foreshadowing moment and has no impact on Part 2. However, I think this is definitely the developers making a reference. Speaking of Cloud's voice, I know a lot of fans were worried when Steve Burton got replaced, but Cody is doing really well within this role. He's bringing a sarcastic attitude to Cloud and really breathing life into the original Final Fantasy VII version. We've got to remember, this isn't Crisis Core or Advent Children Cloud. This is the broken warrior with an identity issue. This is the sarcastic mercenary that shows signs of his old self hidden behind the facade of a person he doesn't remember. Honestly, I'm loving the personality they're giving Cloud in this remake. For me, this is exactly how I pictured him sounding and acting in the original game. The smirk was by far my favorite part of the trailer, and it shows the sarcasm and wit that he showed when it came to Barrett and other characters. It was an absolute joy to watch him interact with each character in the trailer, and the interactions between the characters as a whole was phenomenal. I do have to mention that I love the elevator scene, by the way. I broke down the trailer in my reaction video and briefly discussed this segment, but I think they really nailed the smug attitude from Cloud and Barrett kinda getting in his face about it. You guys already know by now that I'm the positive YouTuber when it comes to the remake, but even I can admit that the Tokyo Game Show trailer was a little lacking in the voice work department. I think we can chalk that up to a last-second recording session for the trailer, which never turns out well. That being said, this Cloud trailer definitely blew me away with how good the voice acting was. It was a vast improvement for every character, and it actually sounded like the trailer was pulled from the final product of the game. And this is why I always remain positive, because even when something is negative, the next time around it's much better than ever before. We have to keep in mind that the game is still in development, and when we see trailers, it's never the final product. When we analyze the voice acting, they toned down Wedge quite a bit, and the exchange between Jesse and Biggs about Cloud's name sounded like an actual conversation between two regular people. All the voice actors, in my opinion, are doing a great job and are breathing new life into these characters. They're truly capturing the essence of these characters and the struggles they're suffering through. There may not have been a whole lot of new footage, but I think the point of the trailer was to show off the polished voice acting and graphics. The visuals are vastly improved over other trailers, which is amazing when you look at how good the previous ones have looked. Tifa's character model looks really polished, and the CGI cutscenes are fantastic. There's one particular spot that I loved, and my friend Lomax loved it as well. There's a small segment where the reactor is spewing Mako out of the top. Then it flashes to the eyeball of someone, and you can see the Mako reflecting in their eyes. I believe this is a direct reference to Cloud Soldier enhancements, which Rude points out in the Tokyo Game Show trailer. Little details like this are easily missed, but add to the depth and amazing detail that they're striving for with this game. What's really awesome about this part, this is the little girl from the announcement trailer. It's the exact same frame, and the only differences are that the Mako reactor is way more defined, and the lighting is darker in the Video Game Awards trailer. It means that they're not scrapping everything from the original design like a lot of people thought after they split with CyberConnect 2. One thing I'd also like to point out is that the interaction with Cloud and Aerith is slightly different than it was in the State of Play trailer. Nomura confirmed a while ago that dialogue options would be making a return to the remake, and it has me wondering if this is an example of that playing out. I also want to say that the music sounds absolutely incredible. The trailer started with the Shinra theme and then later mixed in the battle themes, and it just felt really great to hear these songs in action. They kept their original charm with a nice refreshing composition added on top. They're definitely nailing it already with the soundtrack. Overall, this trailer wasn't very long, but I feel like it was a love letter to all of us fans out there. This project is just as important to Nomura and the development team as it is to us. They're trying to keep the promise they made to us 4 years ago, and in just 80 days, the Final Fantasy VII Remake will be in our hands. And that's a reunion I can't wait for. So what do you think, soldiers? Are you ready for the Final Fantasy VII Remake? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to omni-slash that like button. Let me know in the comments section below if you're excited for the reunion with our favorite characters. Subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell to join the ranks of Soldier today. And for all the latest Final Fantasy VII Remake news, rumors, and trailers, I'm Soldier First Class, and I'm on to the next mission. Later, guys.